Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to all of you. Since we have back to working at office, so I would like to share the next chapter. We call it as segmentation, targeting, and positioning chapter. Okay, right now we talk about segmentation and targeting first. Okay, later on maybe we will call for another one is the positioning process. Okay. All right. What is segmentation, targeting, and positioning is all about? Actually, in doing marketing, okay, if we create a new ventures, start a new business, planning a new, we call it as the get our product accessible by the potential or prospective consumer. Okay, so it's very crucial, it's very important when you want to start a business. You need to know who your potential customer before you go for promoting, advertising, and later whatever you want to do on your product. Okay, because creating the features, putting some characteristic on your we call it future product, actually based on who are your target market. Okay, so this chapter or this topic will talk about how to segmentize the market, okay, and how to choose the best segment and do targeting. Okay, later on after that we will talk about positioning, whereby we determine how our product will be positioned in the consumer's mind. Okay, all right. So let me start for this chapter. Okay, still we are discussing regarding on consumer identifying market segment and targets. Okay, this is how what are the things that we look in this chapter. Okay, so we need to know the level of market segmentation. Okay, how the process we can divide the markets into small groups, small chunks of people that can profiting, giving us money. Okay, so because when we start a business, actually we dealing with so many type of costs. Okay, so many type of costs, and one of them is identifying your best segment, your best market to target. All right. So and how to ensure that group that you have identified is the effective group, or we call it the effective segment. Okay. All right. Why I'm saying this? Because we want to make sure our costs effectively and efficiently managed. Okay, for our business. Again, how should business market be segmented, and how should a company choose the most attractive target market? What are the factors that must be considered, okay, by the business owner, by the marketers before choose certain segments to be our customer. Okay, let's go. Right. Why segmentation is so important? Okay, because we cannot connect with our customer in large, broad, or diverse market. Okay, we have our own cost, our own investment. Okay, we have the products. Okay, we have the we call it as services. Okay, either the goods or services. Okay, which is actually have its own consumer, have its own market. Okay, we don't want to produce a product to many people which is later on will result so many surplus in our inventory. Okay, since we put more surplus in our inventory, it also incurred some other costs. We call it holding costs, inventory costs, whatever cost, warehousing. Okay, So, and also when you produce something, we consider as a perishable, not having so long shelf life. Okay, uh, we also need to consider the product and who people buy this kind of the product. Okay, this decision require keen understanding of consumer behavior and careful strategic thinking. We already know about the consumer, okay, the business consumer, the end consumer like us, okay, but we also need to know how they behave and how they reflect or giving response to our we call it marketing promotion and activity. Okay, so to develop the best marketing plan, managers need to understand what makes each segment unique and different. Okay, how you identify this segment profitable for you and giving you more revenues compared to other segment. Okay, identifying and satisfying the right market segment is often the key to marketing success. So you want to start a business, everyone have the intention to have a business because they look for money, they look for profit, and they can enjoy the we call it earnings. But to maximize the feeling, to maximize the opportunity to get more revenues by identify and satisfy the right market. Okay, so the right market will respond immediately and maximally towards our marketing activities. Okay, all right. So target marketing, okay, first we talk already about segmentation. Right now we talk about target. To compete more effectively, many companies are now embracing target marketing. Okay, effective target market require that marketer first to identify and profile the groups, okay, which is we need to segmentize, okay, to segmentize. Okay, segmentize mean you divide the people out there into certain groups where they share certain criteria, certain common criteria. We will talk later what kind of basis that we can use as a marketer. Okay, because from time to time we experience the reality and all those information that we gather along the way will become our we call it reference. Okay, reference, and later on we finely tune the we call it the segmentation. Okay, so sometimes issue on connection. I'm so sorry. Okay, all right. So select one or more market segment, which is this target marketing. Okay, market targeting, and last one. Okay, for every segment, we should have identify. Okay, the where does our product located in their map here? For example, if you thought about fried chicken having environment family, we call it family friendly. Okay, so immediately come to our mind Kentucky Fried Chicken is a preferred outlet. Okay, why? Because it's already in India we call it positioning. Okay, stating that you go there, you having fun. Okay, until you lick your last fingers. Okay, finger licking goods. This the way how you position, and every positioning or every position that product has, in the market actually unique and distinctive and cannot be easily copied. Okay, why is it not easily copied? Because if you put something on the existing competing product in the market, how the people out there or your prospect customer will identify your product in the market easily. So this is question where what are the points and strength of our product to make sure your product easily remembered, memorizable, and also easily accessed by the consumer. Okay, so each target market segment, okay, establish and communicate the distinctive benefit. Okay, we're taking the same example, Kentucky Fried Chicken and also McDonald's, and also we have the Burger King. We have also another one selling the fried chicken, E&W. We have also Texas Chicken. Okay, they are competing together, but we as a consumer are not confusing from one to another. Okay, we have put Texas as one have unique in what certain features or certain characteristic. McDonald's has its own characteristic. Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC have its own characteristic. Okay, mean here they have their own position and uniquely identified and not easily confused. Okay, all right. Okay, the basis. Right now we talk about the basis. Okay, why we need the basis? Because we need the guideline. Okay, we need the guideline. We need the border, which common criteria that we can consider as a we call it as factors uh, that we choose these people as our market segment. Okay, so divide the market into well-defined group, consists of group of customer who share similar set of need and wants. Okay, share in common. Okay, share in common. Okay, not saying that everyone. Okay, we have 100 people out there have it same preferences, same taste, same no. Okay, because we are human, we are very different from one to another. But how to put them together by acquiring the we call it as a meeting point. Okay, which one? Okay, this is what we call it as a basis. All right. So the marketer task is to identify the appropriate number and nature of market segment and decide which one to target. All right. All right. The two broad groups of variable are used to segment consumer market. The first one, descriptive characteristic. Okay. For example, geographic, demographic, and psychographic. Okay. Geographic, we talk about the location, the climate. Okay. Uh, in term of the terrain itself also can consider as a component in geographic characteristic. Or another one is called as a demography, for as an example, age, gender. Okay, that's why in the market we aware of new emerging product for the men. Okay, before this we don't care what kind of product because there's no options for us to access a product for men. Okay, right now can be it's available everywhere, and manufacturer or many companies are looking to produce more products using gender, we call it gender different. Okay, men they're not talking about women. They're not talking about for girl, but for men. Okay, for men, and for men. Okay, gender, age. Okay, that's why the way how we put our product also play the major role. Okay, and also the psychography, your lifestyle, your self concept, your personality. Okay, that one related to psychographic characteristic. Okay, we have another one. The second group. Okay, mentioned here is behavioral consideration. Okay, why are you looking this kind of product? Because I want the benefit. Okay, the benefits sought from the product. Why you use such product? Because the way how I'm using this product, when and where, and also the brands. Okay, the brand. That's why brand so important, memorizable, easily to pronounce, short and catchy. Okay, so two major groups. Okay, regardless of which type of segmentation scheme we use, the key is adjusting the marketing program to recognize customer differences. Okay, why we are doing this? Why I put more effort on the first major part in our business or in our marketing activities? Okay, which is knowing your consumer, learning about their behavior, do segmentation. Why? Because we don't want to waste our investment to something that are not giving us revenue. Okay, so every marketing program should uniquely targeted and also distinctively in terms of message, uh, messaging usage, the usage and the target and also the content. Okay, the content also should be different. Okay, this is an example of segment variable. Okay, geography, municipality. Okay, that we can use in our term. We call it as a rural, the urban area, semi-urban area. Okay, financial district area. Okay, right. So city size, the density, the climate. Okay, that one is geography. Okay, geography. Demography, the age, the family size, the family life cycle. Okay, from the single and normal couple or even extended big family. Okay, and annual income also considered under we call it as under demography and also occupation. Okay, this is another. All right. Okay, we have already mentioned this basis for your own. All right. So we don't want to waste our time discussing too much on this because you have on your own and you can get more information by looking at other sources. Okay. So I mentioned the key point here, the important point that we need to put as a major consideration to start a marketing program. All right. Okay. This is a generation. Okay. I don't know which generation are we now. I'm generation Y. Yours still not, but sometimes they mention generation Z, the alpha. Okay. All right. Okay. This is a behavior. Okay. Okay. Multiple bases. Okay. The multiple bases. So sometimes you are not using same one factor only as a guide. Sometimes you need to use different to call it as to precisely determine your potential group. Okay, so combining different behavioral bases, okay, can help to provide a more comprehensive and cohesive view of a market. Okay, right. This is a possible you can use behavioral segmentation breakdown. Okay, in business market. Okay, in business market. Yeah, is it different compared to the consumers market? Okay, somehow we are not talking about the size of the family. We're not talking about maybe location, maybe the size, maybe the years the in industry. Okay, but somehow we have some differences. Okay, so this is call it as a okay, the segmentation for business market. We have the demographic for business. Okay, how long are they in? They are in the industry, the size, the location, where are they? Okay, the operating variable, okay, the technology that they has, user or non-user status, the capability, okay, the purchasing approach, the size of decision maker, unique decision making unit. So also can affect the way how our product will be accepted. Okay. Okay, market targeting. Okay, market targeting. Once you have already identified the segment, you already know. Okay, either you are doing consumer market segmentation or business market segmentation. Okay, you have already identified the groups. Okay, I'm not saying that. Okay, one group. You can have more. Okay, you can have more than one group, and also in the business you can have more people as your consumer, but how you differentiate from one group of consumer to one another group of consumer, okay, is different. Okay, all right, once the firm has identified its market segment, it has to decide how many and which one to target. Okay, only one from out of 10 or 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10 or whatever. So marketers are increasingly combine several variables in effort to identify smaller, better defined target group. Okay, this has lead some researchers to advocate an needs-based market segmentation approach. I'm not sure whether we have yeah, I said we have here. Okay, all right. So in this slide saying that, okay, better define, smaller, better define. Okay, you need some consideration how better define terms used in making your groups later resulting the bundle of profit. Okay, so there's some criteria that we should consider to determine your segment is effective segment or not. Okay, all right. The first one is measurable. Okay. In business or doing marketing, we are not saying okay we have the customer. Do you have the customer? Yes, we have. Who's your customer? Anybody. We cannot. When anybody, how about your investment? How much to spend? You don't know. You can't explain even a bit because you don't have the number. Okay, how many of them? In a population we have, for example, we have 30,000 people. Do you want to serve all 30,000 people by producing 30,000 unit of product? You have only, for example, maybe 2,000 and 3,000 investment. How to catch all the 30,000 people? That's the first one. The size. The purchasing power. Who are they? Okay, income or maybe 3,000 and below. Your product in almost 1,000 per unit. And also the status of the product, maybe something for wants or something that relate to demands. How does these people with 3,000 a month afford to buy your product for 1,000? Okay, so you need to know the purchasing power, and the characteristic of the segment can be measured. You know, you can identify individually or not individually by grouping. You know, clear and we call it clear characteristic to show this group, yes, it's a profitable one. We have the number. We have, for example, okay, 30,000 make to 10% around 3,000. Okay, 3,000. Okay, 3,000. How does make compared to our resources? For 3,000, we cannot afford. We can afford half. 1,500. 1,500 people, okay, you need to serve. Okay, you need to serve, you need to know, and make sure all these 1,500 respond actively. Okay, that another requirement. You consider that segment profitable or effective one. Okay, second, substantial. Yeah, we already talked first. Okay, substantial. These people, 1,500 people or 1,500 people, enough to bring or to give us revenue. Because don't talk about selling, because why you selling a product? Actually, you want their money. Okay, why they want us to produce? Because they want to solve their problem. So this group of people should be substantial for business to gain enough profit. Okay, a segment should be largest possible homogeneous group, worth going after with a tailored marketing program. Okay, largest possible homogeneous group mean the same criteria, the same preference, the same taste that they share. Okay, we respond actively to our marketing program, marketing actions. Okay, all right. Third, okay, the accessibility. Okay, you have the 1,500. Is it 1,500 you can reach all of them? The question is that. Okay, you can access them and then you can go for this group. Or you cannot access 1,500, but if you identify precisely not 1,500, only 1,300, the 1,300 people only can give you response. So you need to leave the another 200. Okay, so accessible. You don't want to waste your money on advertising which is not responsive. Okay, to the people are not responsive. Okay, fourth. Okay, fourth, differentiable. Okay, where if you have two groups, and these two groups should have clear characteristic and different from each other. Okay, group A group, okay, have its own characteristic, has its own criteria. The B group has also its own criteria, and these two groups are not intersect one to another. They cannot be intersect because why? Because if you found this group we call it overlap on each other. Okay, overlap. I mean, some criteria and from A group and the B group has. So, how to make your advertising easily, we call it receive or responsive to these people. Your marketing program should be clear. Okay, because this group you have the message, has its own message, has its own way to communicate. This B group also has its own way. Okay, so make sure the difference are clear. The separate line or the separation of this group are clear. Okay, clear enough. Okay, you have one product but positioned differently. Position differently. Okay, so if there are overlapping, okay, if there are overlapping and overlapping major overlap, okay, so don't waste your money. Just take it both of them into one. Okay, and then do the marketing program for one package, not two separate package. Okay, the fifth point is actionable. What are they saying here? Effective program can be formulated for attracting and serving the segment. Your marketing program go to this group and this group respond immediately. Okay, means your program is actionable. actionable. Okay. Hope you understand it is. Maybe this is the shortest one. Okay, and all right. Porter's five forces model and segment attractiveness. Okay. Porter's had identified five forces determining the intrinsic long run attractiveness of market or market segment. Okay. First, threat of intense segment rivalry. Okay. Inside the industry, you have to compete from one to another. Okay, a segment is unattractive if it already contains numerous strong and aggressive competitor. The new one, for example. Second, threat of new entrant. You already in the industry, you have the competitor fiercely competing each other. Somebody want to comes in. Okay, the most attractive segment is one in which entry barriers are high and exit barriers are low. Main here, if you go for some we call it as a business, okay, some area where people are not attractively go in, okay, and there's no way out, that's a good segment. If you are easily having competitors, that's not attractive one. Why? It's easy to mention here. If you do something that people are already done first, and also people are easily to have the opportunity, the same opportunity as yours, mean that segment are not attractive. Okay, are not attractive. Okay, so people are competing each other. So how to get more money? Because you need to divide all together. Okay. Third, threat of substitute product. A segment is unattractive when there are actual or potential substitute. Okay, you cannot produce something or charging certain price, which is your product easily avoided. Okay, people are not having interest on your product since they are having substitute. Okay, so that one. Okay. Fourth, threat of buyers growing bargaining power. Okay, a segment is unattractive if buyers possess strong or growing bargaining power. When do we have as a consumer? Let's talk about as a consumer. When we have more bargaining power, when we have money, when there are so many substitutes out there, okay, and the price quite high, okay, and having issues, okay, that's will threaten business, threaten the company. Okay, another one is threat of supplier growing bargaining power. Okay, a segment is unattractive if the company suppliers are able to raise price or reduce quantity supply. Okay, this is a very we call it as a very critical issues for business. Okay, you as a business owner having little numbers of suppliers. Okay, so they are bargain for the best price for them. Okay, all right. Okay, evaluating and selecting the market segment. Okay, we have already know which market segment you want to choose. Okay, you are having the effective criteria. Okay, right now evaluating and selecting. So in evaluation, okay, the firm must look two factors. Okay, first the overall attractiveness of the segment. Okay, and also the resources. Second is about resources. You have the numbers, you have the people that can respond your marketing program, but actually looking back to our resources, the objective are not suitable, are not sufficient. Yeah, that's my base avoiding you to have that segment. So does a potential segment have characteristics that make it generally attractive, such as size, growth, profitability, scale, economy, and low risk? So does investing in the segment make sense given the firm's objective, competency, and resources? Okay, you want to trade that segment, but you don't have the capability, you don't have the expertise, you don't have the technology to entertain, to produce. So how come? Okay, so possible level of segmentation. Okay, marketer have range of or continuum of possible level of segmentation that can guide their market decision. Okay, so there we had a figure back there. Okay, we show you between line, multiple segment, and single segment. Okay, this is the level of segmentation. Either you go for mass market or you go for customization. More customize, more we call it as a customize your product in the market, the more niche or more smaller number of market. Okay, full coverage. Okay, you go send your product to everybody in the world, undifferentiated. Okay, this is a mass marketing appreciated, but having segment we consider as differentiated marketing. Okay, operate on several segment only, design different product for each segment. Okay, all right, multiple segment specialization, selective specialization. Okay, the firm select a subset of the possible segment, each objectively attractive and appropriate. Okay, there may be little no synergy among the segment, but it promises to be a money maker. Okay, so all the segments that you choose should consider the point that we have discussed in a earlier part before we go on this stage. Okay, we don't want to put so many effort, okay, and do your marketing activities which later are not responsive, are not actionable. Okay, single segment concentration, one particular segment. Okay, concentrated marketing, we call it as a concentrated marketing. Okay, all right. Okay, legal and ethical issue with market target. So market targeting sometimes generate public controversy. Okay, for example, the issues unfair advantage of vulnerable group. For example, children or disadvantaged group. For example, rural poor people, or promote potentially harmful product. Okay, so using kids in fast food promotion ads. Okay, this one related to the ethical issue. Okay, the ethical choice of the market target, socially responsible marketing call for targeting that serve not only the company's interest but also the interest of those targeted. So we go to societal. Okay, we have the marketing orientation. From the marketing orientation, we have the societal marketing orientation. We have the integrated marketing orientation. We have right now holistic marketing we call it orientation. Okay, so mean we are not only fulfilling our needs, desire, but also we back and use the point where we satisfying the people or the segment itself. Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much. This is our shortest discussion for segmentation targeting. Okay, we will talk later in another topic we call as positioning. After this, I'm not sure this is not positioning, but this is chapter 8, okay, the chapter 9, the brand equity. Maybe I will use to jump or to skip. Okay, I'm not talking the equity. Okay, the positioning. So the chapter 10. So later on, see you again. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.